What's going on, guys? Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com bringing you a video today to ask you guys a question based on some current trends that have been happening in soccer cleats / football boots, and that is whether or not big fold-over flap tongues with the elasticated straps, or flap tongues in general, are they making a comeback? Now, obviously we've seen some huge popularity from recent limited edition releases from Nike in the form of the Totti Nike Tiempo Legend 6, as well as the remake of the Adidas Predator Mania, the Champagne Pack boot, which obviously both feature big fold-over flap tongues with the elasticated strap. One being a remake of a 2002 Predator model that obviously originally had that fold-over flap tongue, and the other being a modification of a Tiempo Legend 6 that wouldn't normally have the flap tongue, but Totti does tend to prefer that. He has it on his boots, so they put it on that limited edition release. Now, these are two shoes that went up for sale and sold out instantly, but they were limited edition. The Totti boots were limited to 2,500 total pairs, each individually numbered. And while we don't have any official numbers from Adidas on the Predator Mania remake, it's rumored that they were around the same number, 2,500, 3,000 pairs or so, which that might sound like a lot, but realistically, given the demand of those products spread out across the entire world, 2,500, 3,000 pairs, that is very, very little. It's such a small amount compared to the general releases that you get, which is why they sold out instantly. A lot of people want them, but obviously not a lot of supply is available. And the reason why they do these limited edition releases is not because they want some people to get them and some people not to get them and be unhappy. They do it because when they make something limited, there's more hype around it. There's more excitement around the release. People are really anxious. It drives a lot of attention to the brand. It drives a lot of attention to that product. So really, these limited edition releases, they're not really put out there to make a lot of money for these companies. They're put out there for the marketing value that they offer, because people get very excited about them, as you can see, partially why I'm asking this question. These are two shoes with these big fold-over flap tongues, where fold-over flap tongues have pretty much been phased out of modern soccer cleats / football boots in general. So why are people so excited about them right now? I think the fact that these are two limited edition boots completely skews the popularity aspect of them, because these are two shoes that not only are limited, they're two boots that the boot enthusiast community is very much interested in. I think pretty much everybody who's a major boot enthusiast wanted both of those two shoes. And amongst the entire world of boot enthusiasts, think about 2,500 people, there's a lot more than that. So that's why the popularity seems so high, when in reality, I don't think we're gonna see a Superfly or a Hypervenom or an Ace with a big fold-over flap tongue in the next generation. I just don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, there's a perceived popularity to something like this, but I by no means expect this to make a comeback at all. If we look at Nike and really the last boots that they had as an inline product, a general release product with a fold-over flap tongue, the T90 line had it in the very early days, meaning the Air Zoom T91 and the Air Zoom T92. They had the fold-over flap tongues. Obviously, the Predator line up until the Predator X all had the fold-over flap tongues, and then after the X, you had the Addy Power, the Instinct 2, and the Predator. Oh my gosh, no, not the Instinct. Sorry, the Predator LZ, LZ2, and then the Instinct. None of those had the flap tongues. So that's something that even Adidas phased out of the Predator line, that obviously we got a remake of an older model. And then if you look at the Tiempo line from Nike, we had the fold-over flap tongue for the Legend 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they got, no, not the 4, 1, 2, 3, and then they got rid of it on the 4. So even for several years, several generations of Tiempo Legends now, we have not had a fold-over flap tongue. Really, the only thing that's available in that right now with the big tongue is some of the old school shoes. Obviously, the Copa Mundial. They kind of put a fold-over flap tongue on the Copa 17.1, but it's kind of a sorry excuse for a flap tongue. I guess we have it on the Copa Gloro, or just the regular Gloros. No, the Copa Gloro now. That does have the fold-over tongue, but again, that's a style of shoe and a style of boot that I think the vast majority of young consumers are not necessarily going to be interested in. These are shoes that are more so tailored for the boot enthusiasts that have been around a little bit longer. I think the boot enthusiast community, they get a little bit confused as as to the importance of themselves. And that's not to discredit us, because I would consider myself part of the boot enthusiast community, but we are not the majority, unfortunately. The majority is kids who go to the store, or kids who go online, or kids who watch soccer / football, whatever you want to call it, and they see professional players wearing them, or they pick whatever color looks the nicest, and that's the boots that they buy. Not everybody is a boot enthusiast. Not everybody is an educated consumer. And really, these uneducated consumers, they're just buying the newest thing, the coolest looking thing, which is how a lot of these companies are tailoring their next models after. They're trying to make the next exciting product. We're seeing this really hard from Adidas right now with a lot of these kind of new, interesting looking shoes and concepts that they're introducing, even though they're not all the greatest when it comes to overall performance. Because it's new, because it's interesting, people are kind of gravitated towards that. Nike is obviously doing some new stuff. They introduced something extremely different in 2014 with the Flyknit uppers and the mid-cut design, and really a lot of the boot market has kind of followed suit with the whole mid-cut thing. So again, trends are very much a big thing when it comes to new soccer cleats. But do I think that fold over flap tongues are going to be the next trend? Are they going to make a comeback? In all honesty, I really don't think they will. And in all honesty as well, I kind of wish that they wouldn't. I think that the fold over flap tongue, while it's cool to have on limited edition boots once in a while, I don't think it adds anything to the experience other than just extra bulk. And the visual aspect to it, if you design it around having the flap tongue and give it that old school vibe, yeah, it can look very cool. But on a modern shoe, I don't necessarily think that I want or need a fold over flap tongue, but that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Just wanted to have this quick discussion with you, just because of the general excitement there has been around these recent releases with the fold over tongues. So I figured I'd talk about it. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. If you have any questions for anything that I talked about in today's video, leave it down below in the comments for me, and I definitely will get an answer out to you. If you enjoyed today's video, found it helpful and informative, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information linked down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, thanks for watching.